Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel again, and today we are going to cover the topic of gathering. Now, gathering is one of the system within the huge life skill system in Black Desert Online. Alright, so life skills is a general term and gathering is one of the components within it. And in this two-part series, I'm going to cover the first part, which is in today's video, the gathering tools and how do you start and where do you go about doing it. Alright, and in the second part series, which I will be releasing another video soon, it will cover tips on how to make it efficient, how to optimize the gathering instead. So this two-part series aims to give you a step-by-step guide from how to start to the second part of the series, which will tell you how to optimize it in the process. So new players would want to watch this first part, while once you get a hang of it, then you will watch the second part. I think this will be a better arrangement so that you guys don't get so-called overwhelmed with all the information, because the life skill system is a huge one, and even for gathering as a component, it can be very hard to digest as well. So without further ado, I'm going to first start off with today's tutorial. To start off with today's guide, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the location where I'm at. Alright, I'm actually in Valia Town, the beginner zone, for all the players that have started the game. So I actually choose this town because I feel that new players watching this video will be able to relate to this area a lot. So this is the harbor area where you see all the ships docking in. Alright, and on the right side there's actually the storage manager, which most of you would have interacted with the first NPC. So this is the storage manager over here, the NPC itself. So we're gonna keep left. Alright, we're gonna run up this slope itself, and we're gonna just keep moving forward. So I'm gonna dash forward right now, just sprint forward for a while, and then we're gonna keep going on this path until we look at this area. Okay, so we're gonna keep coming back to this guy. Okay, this is Chief Igor Batali. So this guy is our landmark over here for the start of the tutorial, and before him, okay, just right before him, there's this NPC called the material vendor over here. Okay, Zaira. So what we want to do is to talk to her. Just press R, and then you have the following options. What you want to do is you want to press the shop option, and you see all these tools. Alright, all these tools over here. So I'm going to introduce you to a quick introduction of what each tool is going to be used for, and then we're going to show you how it is being done. So the first tool is the dowel axe. Okay, this axe is basically used for chopping down wood from trees. And then we have this second, the hoe, which is used for gathering herbs, plants, flowers. And then we have the tanning knife, which you will use on animals, which you will skin their hide. And followed by, let me just move on to the right side first, shabby fluid collector. Now, you can use this item on two areas. The first area is you can use it on the tree to collect the sap, or you can use it on animals to collect the blood. Alright, so you can use it for two purposes. Then we have the butcher knife. The butcher knife is used on animals again, sort of like to get meat from it after you kill the animal. Now, there's one more thing that I'm going to go all the way down here. This is the shabby pickaxe, which you will use to extract ore from mining the rocks itself. Alright, so this is used for mining the rocks. And then there's one special mention item, which is this one over here, the empty bottle. This is a different so-called gathering method, which I will show you guys in a while. For now, I'm going to show you guys one sample of how to purchase this item. Alright, so we're going to go to the shabby fluid collector. Once you selected this item by left clicking one time, you can click the buy button and it will instantly purchase the item. You can also, option number 2, right click and it will also purchase, or you can click the item and select buy multiple, alright, for instances to buy multiple items of it. Now, for some of the items, buy multiple option is actually blank out. That means you can't buy it in multiple quantities. The reason is being, these are items that cannot be stacked together. You see, the first time I used the left click on the buy button, the second time I right click on the item, the two items are actually in separate inventory slots. Alright, so they don't stack. Let's go to the empty bottle that I mentioned again earlier on. So in this empty bottle, you realize that there's a buy multiple button, so you can click on it and then you can enter the quantity that you want. For example, I'm just going to buy 12 of it. I already have 94 here, so you press OK and it will purchase the item and it will stack. So there are certain items that will stack, certain items that will not. There's also a fishing rod, okay, which I will not talk about it in this video. It will be in a separate video because fishing is a separate life skill component. Alright, I'll cover this in future. Now, next, let us scroll down a little bit. When we scroll down, we'll see things like the same fluid collector, same pickaxe and tanning knife, but they are in a green outline. Okay, these are different grades of item. There's the gray outline, there's a green outline, there's also a blue outline and a golden outline. So we will talk about all this in a separate video. Now, there are also clothings, all the clothings over here, which I will not recommend you in buying any of them because first thing, it's expensive. Secondly, there may be level or professional life skill level restriction and you may not be able to wear them at this moment. So for beginners, I don't think you should be using all of this, so you can just skip them for now. And you realize that I'm just bringing you to this shop for a quick introduction. This is by no means an in-depth video. It's by all means a so-called new player guide, just to get you a hands-on with very cheap purchase items so that you can buy all these things at any point of time, because after your first quest you would have enough money to buy all this. So it's just to get you to so-called try out the system. So once I'm done, I'm gonna hit the escape button, escape again, and we will head to our next destination for the gathering. So to head to our gathering spot, the first thing we want to do is that we want to look at where Igor Batali is, which is over here. Alright, so we're coming back to him as a landmark so that you guys will be able to recognize the direction we are heading for. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna pan my camera towards that high mountain. You can see Santa Claus over there with his reindeer. Okay, we are gonna head towards this tower direction, which is the mouse on the top of the screen right now. So we're gonna head towards that direction. Just move towards the harbor. Again, we are moving back towards the same path that we came from earlier on. But instead of going downwards, we'll stop here. Alright, we won't go downwards towards the harbor. Rather, I want you guys to turn to the right of the screen and you see this broken down gate over here. We're gonna head up this path instead. Alright, so I'm gonna move along. Okay, you see this little hill over here. We should still gonna continue moving along until you see this vehicle, this abandoned vehicle over here. That's where we'll make a left turn and we'll head upwards. Okay, so we'll head upwards to this open field, and on your map, on the top right corner of the map, over at this corner over here, you actually see a lot of red dots. Okay, there are weasels, there are glass beetles, and a lot of stuff over here. These are things that you can kill. So we are at the correct location right now. Let me just get my character over here for the time being. And the next thing I'm gonna do is to show you guys each of the gathering methods and the tools to be used. So the first thing I'm gonna show you guys is how to equip the tools itself. I'm gonna press I for inventory window, and I want you guys to follow the mouse, alright, from the center of screen moving towards the inventory slot. It is this slot, okay? This one with the tool shape. Alright, so to equip an item is fairly simple. All you need to do is go to the tool itself, alright, the hole here, and then all you need to do is right click, alright, use your middle finger, right click the tool itself, and it will automatically be slotted in. So all you need to do is now find a plant whereby you can gather. Just look for the bigger shrubs itself, like this triggered over here. Now you will notice that there's this gathering R button over here which has this symbol. All you need to do is press the R button and you will be able to gather. So you realize that on my first gather I actually have two items over on the right side here. One, the first item is I have 4 pieces of wheat being gathered from this so-called attempt, and I fortunately got an ancient spirit dust. I will cover what to do with ancient spirit dust in a separate video, but for now just keep all of them. Alright, they are good money for you guys, so just keep all of them. To obtain the item, you can either click this button, which is a bit troublesome, or you can just press R on your keyboard, and that's pretty much about it. Okay, so next I'm going to show you another trick, which is the gathering tool that I'm using right now to gather this plant itself, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to unequip it by, same thing, right clicking the button. So as you can see, I've already unclicked, alright, so-called right click the button to unequip the item, and I'm going to just look for another tall plant, another shrub. So just gonna move forward, bear with me a little bit. Let's see if we can gather from here. Yep, we can. So if you notice, I'm not equipping any tools here. Okay, this is just to show you that when it comes to shrubs, plants, bushes, flowers, you can actually gather barehanded. So I'm gonna press R and I'm still gathering again. Now, this time round, I have again 4 weeds and a fairy powder. Okay, I have these 2 items. So you realize that I'm actually getting almost 2 items with every gather. That is because of my so-called gathering level. Now, for gathering level, this kind of in-depth stuff and how to buff all this kind of stuff, I will cover it like I mentioned in the part 2 video. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to press R to collect the item. So just remember, for shrubs, flowers, bushes, you can gather it with and without the tool. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to equip the butcher knife for now. Okay, equip the butcher knife. Okay, this is a gold border item. I will talk about this detail in the next video. Don't worry about it. So for now, I'm going to enter combat mode itself. Okay, and I just want to kill some animals here. Okay, I got 1 killed. So when I have my knife, okay, my butcher knife equipped, this gathering icon appears. So I can press R and I can start to butcher it for meat. So same thing, press R and to collect the meat. Now, if I don't have my butcher knife equipped, okay, and I kill this animal here, you realize that even though the gathering icon appears, there is a red X over it. Okay, there is a red X over it. So I can't gather without a tool. Alright, that's the difference between gathering from plants and gathering from animals. Now, instead of the knife, I'm going to use the tanning knife. Okay, instead of the butcher knife, I'm going to use the tanning knife this time around. You see the icon turns green again. So I'm going to gather this time round. And by using the tanning knife, you actually get the skin, which is the height of the wolf itself. So I'm going to press R for now. So butcher knife gives you the meat, tanning knife gives you the height. Okay, so the next item I'm going to equip this time round is this shabby fluid collector, and I'm going to find another wolf to kill, and this time round, using the shabby fluid collector itself, I'm just going to press R again. Okay, you don't have to have the inventory window open. I'm just opening it to just show you guys. Okay, so the wolf blood, okay, over here is what you get when you use the fluid collector, okay, to collect the blood. So I'm going to press R and I have it in my inventory right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find some trees which is far over here. I'm just going to run over to it. Okay, and over at the trees, you realize that I haven't equipped my chopping axe for now. If you look at the inventory, I'm still at my shabby fluid collector. Same thing, it is green icon, it means I can gather. I'll press R again. And the shabby fluid collector, when used on trees, actually gives you the tree sap. So I'm going to mouse over the description. Alright, a natural source obtained through gathering that can be employed to modify other materials in alchemy. So all these materials that you gather, there are a few things that you can do with it. You can use it in different life skills, so-called components like alchemy, to produce more products to sell in the market. Or if you are not into alchemy, you can take this item and then just directly sell it to the market. Okay, it's really up to you. So I'm going to press R again. Now, the items that I've gathered so far, there are things that I can sell in the market like this one. And how do I tell which item can be sold on the market and which item can't be sold on the market? The so-called example is going to be a very simple one. First, again, I'm going to mouse over the description. You will look at the item description that says it's a set, that's the name. Alright, it has a weight, it has a personal transaction unavailable. However, the next line in the white tone, you can see marketplace information. The auction house in this game is called a marketplace. Anything so-called item that has marketplace information with a market price can be placed in the marketplace for sale to other players. Okay, so all you need to do is always spot this sentence: marketplace information, market price, means you can sell it in the marketplace to players. Next, this item over here, okay, it says personal transaction unavailable. Okay, unavailable, personal transaction unavailable. It means you can't sell it in the marketplace. However, if you look at the bottom, it says there is a price to it. It's silver, 10,000 silver. That means you can actually sell this to any NPC. You just go to the shop NPC and then you click the shop option and you can sell it to any of this NPC that has this function. So most likely I'm going to bring you guys back to town soon to show you how this is done. Alright, and for now I'm going to unequip the shabby fluid collector. Actually, in fact, I will put it back on again and show you guys how to swap the tools. All you need to do is go to the dial X over here, right click it, and it will swap with the existing items you have in the Lifeskill inventory slot. So with the X equipped, all I need to do is just go to the next tree. Just remember, I've already gathered from this tree, so gathering is no longer available. I have to move on to the next one. So on this tree itself, I'm going to start to press R, and you realize that my character is actually chopping the tree itself. Okay, and this time round, I actually have ash timber and a logwood. Logwood and ash timber. Okay, so I'm going to press R first. Now, when you start doing your gathering, like I mentioned, you are most probably going to only get one item at a time. You won't get so many items like what I'm doing right now. This is because for my character, okay, in terms of gathering, I'm already at professional level 2. Okay, you start off with beginners, and then you go to other levels like apprentice, professionals, artisans, and then you go up to master level and you go up to guru level and so on. So as each of the level increases, you actually get a better chance of getting items as well. And then the next thing is you have to take note is when you gather, there is this energy consumption over here. Your energy will actually be consumed. Alright, and when energy gets consumed, you have this issue whereby you can't gather anymore if it depletes to 0. So you guys just need to take note of that. In my advanced part 2 guide later on in a separate video, I'm going to show you guys how to multiply this energy by 2. So do stay tuned for that video. Once it's out, you guys should be able to get the notification if you subscribe to the channel itself. So please subscribe and like the video. For the time being, I've already shown you guys the first item, which is the hole itself. I've also showed you guys the fluid collector. We went through the butcher knife and the tanning knife. Okay, so the last item in the common tools, okay, is this pickaxe. So I'm going to equip it for the time being. Now, this is a tough one. I need to look for a rock. Okay, and sometimes it's not this. Yeah, it's this one. The large one may give you if you stand at a certain angle, okay, and the smaller medium sized one usually gives you this option. Okay, so once you see again the gathering icon up, you can just press R, and yep, it is now currently mining. So you get this item, which is a copper ore. Alright, it says marketplace information. Again, look at the marketplace information, so you can put this on the marketplace. And for this one, there's also marketplace information. Same thing, you can sell it in the market. Alright, so I'm going to press R. Now, I know there's one more item in my inventory, which is the empty bottle. I'll cover this as the last part. For now, let's just run back to the town first. Okay, just bear with me for a while. The shy character does have short legs. It doesn't grow very tall, so the running pace, honestly, there's not much of a difference compared to taller characters, but I just feel that it's always slower. It could be just a mental block for this character. Now, you go to any NPC, alright, for example a blacksmith, you press R, and then you try to look for this shop button. As long as there's a shop button, you can actually sell things like this, which has no marketplace so-called value. You can just right click, max quantity. You can press the button or you can press F and then just press OK to sell the item, so the item is gone. Now, if you decided to repurchase the item, you can click this tab and just repurchase it. This is only available before you log out. If you log out, this list is gone. Okay, so just take note of it. Then the next thing is I'm going to go to the marketplace NPC, which is this guy over here. So we're gonna press R, and then we're gonna click the marketplace NPC, and we're gonna select the central market so-called option button. Next, we're just gonna press sell, because that's what we are here to do, just to sell the item. And for this time round, I'm just basically gonna sell what we got just now. Now, you realize that when I click sell, all the items, for example, the meat, everything, they are actually not in this list. Okay, it means I can't sell it yet. The reason is because I actually have to go to manage warehouse. So we'll click manage warehouse first. Now, this is my inventory. I'm just gonna go slower for now. This is my inventory on the left. This is the warehouse. Okay, a warehouse is like a secondary storage. I'm gonna put the height into the warehouse, alright, by pressing the max quantity button and press OK. I'm gonna put the width in the warehouse. This time round, I'm not gonna hit the max quantity button. Instead, I'm gonna press F, and then I'm gonna press the space bar. It will work as well. Okay. Next, I'm gonna right click on the meat again. Now, F is the shortcut for max quantity, and you can hit the space bar as a shortcut for OK. If I'm too lazy, what I'll do is I'll take max quantity over here, and I'll just hit the space bar, and it goes in. And if I right click again, max quantity will be auto check, and you see this number 4 over here, and I'll just hit spacebar. So I'll just right click, spacebar, right click, spacebar, right click, spacebar, right click, spacebar, right click, spacebar. So all the items that I've gathered from my inventory is right now in the warehouse itself. Okay, it's in the warehouse. So what I want to do right now is I'm gonna click this sell button, and I'm back to the previous window over here, and you see the meat is here. Alright, and the rest of the items like the ore, the rough stone, and the timber is all here. So same thing, I'm gonna right click on the copper this time round, and then I can actually look at how much people are actually selling. Okay, and if you try to undercut people, you're actually not gonna earn a lot. And undercutting is really up to you. There's no right or wrong to do so, but for me, I usually do not try to undercut, because the value of the item will just keep going down, and eventually everyone's gonna suffer. So most probably I'll just look at the way that they are actually making the purchases. You can see this item is a pretty popular item that gets purchased a lot of times. So most probably I'll just go for something of a higher value, maybe not at 10,000, that's too much to compete. 3,000 is gonna get sold by in the world very fast. Maybe I'll just go for 600. Left click this register quantity area. I have max quantity previously ticked, so it will sell max quantity. Just gonna press OK and click register. Okay, this is just a quick preview of how to sell the items you have gathered, and I'm gonna cover all this system like selling in central market, putting in storage, in another video that's to come soon. So like I mentioned again, please subscribe for that video as well. So yep, this is probably the end of the first portion of how to gather and how to sell the item. Now, as a bonus, like I mentioned earlier on, we still need to talk about this empty bottle over here. This empty bottle is a very popular item in this game. Let us go to some areas where there's water first. Alright. Okay, so we come to this area. I just love the attention to details they have in this game. Alright, to the beach whereby all this dirt and the water, the effects of the water and the waves is really nice. So I'm just going to go slightly deeper to maybe this area here where my character is almost half submerged, or maybe just 1/3. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm not going to equip this bottle to my life skill slot, because that's not possible. I'm going to do is I'm going to just come put my mouse here at the empty bottle, and I'm going to do a right click. Okay, and look at my character. Okay, as I right click, my character starts to gather water. Maybe I'll just backstep a little bit. It seems that it's swimming rather than gathering water at that point. Okay, so I right click the bottle in my inventory, and it will repeat the process. So you can look at this little bar at the bottom. Yours will be slightly different depending on where you position it and which interface you're using. Alright, so just refer to this bar. It is gathering water. And if you look at your inventory, each time it gathers, you will get a bottle of seawater. okay, you get a bottle of seawater. So this seawater, you can sell it directly in the marketplace. It's about 1,150 silver, or you can actually go and do processing with it, which I'll cover in the next video when we talk about the in-depth guide of processing. Oh, and we have someone beside us doing fishing. So if you're interested in fishing as well, please subscribe to the channel. I'll cover a beginner's guide on fishing like I mentioned. Now, why do we do this gathering of water? Okay, one good reason is, yes, we produces item that we can sell in the market. Another good reason is this is a semi AFK, semi away from keyboard activity. The gathering that we did previously, just now out in the open greens, is whereby you need to manually do it. Okay, you need to manually gather here, gather there, chop things here, cut things there. But for this activity, you realize I just did a right click and it just automates itself. However, you just need to take note of a few things. Every now and then, this action may stop, which is why I say it's a semi AFK activity. It's not a full AFK activity. Alright, fishing is a full AFK activity, which we'll cover in the next video, but this gathering of water is a semi AFK. And gathering of water, for some reason, is depleting the energy rather fast. Alright, so you have to take note, once the energy goes to a complete zero, the gathering will stop. You have to use another character. And then you also notice that this is called a bottle of seawater. A bottle of seawater. If you were gather by a river, it will be a bottle of river water. So there are different types of water in this game as well. Okay, so this is how in-depth the game gets. Different areas, you get different types of water. And this is one of the possibilities that you want to semi AFK to level up this profession, which is the gathering profession. You can see from the list here, there's a lot of things you can do in the life skill components, alright, for this whole life info, alright, tab itself. So level this up to increase the chance of not consuming energy while gathering. So the higher the level, the lesser energy you use, alright, when you are doing gathering. So at some point you actually don't use the energy at all. Maybe out of 3 gatherings you only use the energy for once. Okay, so this is the reason why you want to level this up. And the longer you can gather, the more profit you're gonna make from all the things that you can sell later on. And so with this, we have come to the end of the video itself. And in the next video for the gathering part 2, I'm just going to introduce you guys to more of the tool types. That means the different levels of the tools and some of the so-called wearable costumes that you can equip yourself on. I'll also be covering certain things like food buffs, how it can help you increase the so-called life experience that you're going to get. So that will be something that's going to come on next. For the time being, like I mentioned in this video, it's just a quick hands-on on where to find the tools cheaply to start getting exposed to the system. So do bear in mind, this is not an in-depth guide. This is really beginner guides for beginner, whereby you can just start off and get a hands-on on the system. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope it has helped some of the new players that are new to Black Desert Online. And if you like this video, please help to click the like button, because when you click the like button, this video will get shared on the search engine more to other players, and you will help all your friends out there. And also for the coming video part 2 on gathering, slightly more intermediate I would say, please hit the subscribe button or gently tap it so that you get notification the moment the next video comes out for you. And thanks to all our subscribers, last but not least, for helping subscribe to the channel. We are about to reach 100 subscribers. That is really a good start for a 2 weeks channel, and I really appreciate what you've done for us. And then finally, for those who are intending to subscribe, please help us reach the goal of 1,000 subscribers to unlock the community feature for the channel. So with that, I'll leave you to this end of the video itself, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye bye.